Hey guys, this is NHSDLO6. Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Sword of Seals. Today the goal is to finish this chapter and That's basically all I have planned for today, and I want to do so in admirable fashion, mainly to give a little bit of respect to the late Marcus. So this episode is dedicated to him. May he rest in digital glory forever and ever. Amen. Alright, let's see. You gotta be careful through here because the enemies that come through from the stairs can be pretty dangerous, especially considering the fact that they'll gang up on you, and that usually leads to very bad things happening, at least 99.9999% of the time. Alright, let me see here. I gotta be careful here because I really need to heal Lance, but at the same time I really want to keep him there. However, I don't know if this guy has a javelin. Oh, he does. Well, haven't we got some decisions to make? Well, this is actually quite a tough spot to be in. I think for the most part the wisest thing to do would be to heal Lance. And even with the men's staff, that couldn't do all that I needed. And perhaps move over here. Ooh boy, this is tough. Being honest here. Oh, nice critical. That couldn't have come at a better time. Alright, so who would be a good candidate? Because I just gotta be sure here that this person that's going to be moving up there is going to be able to take 2 hits. Maybe even 3, depending upon how this goes. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to move my thieves over the side, and I'm going to... As dangerous as this might be, I trust Deke more than anyone at this point, so I'll move him there and just prevent anyone else from entering the danger zone. I'd rather not see some carnage, so gonna go ahead and wish for the best on this turn. This part of the level is real tough. I think Riker will be able to hold his own. Yeah, he's at least fast enough to counter the iron swording of that guy, so that was well timed. And I think we're actually going to make it out of this part alive. It looks promising. I'm going to try to finish the chapter in this episode and get all those chests and beat the boss, whatnot. We'll have to see, mainly because this takes a while, this whole little bit, especially if there are a lot of reinforcements. It's going to take even longer. So hopefully that won't be a problem. And I know I keep saying in every single chapter that this is where the game starts to get difficult, but we're almost to probably the hardest chapter in the game, I think. Well, to date. Hardest chapter to date. Alright, that's a horrible idea. I really need to clear out these soldiers. These soldiers are what concern me the most. Mainly just because there's so many of them, and they can obviously do a lot more damage. Well, that's 2 criticals in one episode. They can do a lot more damage than an archer can. So, the fear lies within them. So I'm going to do my best to clear these son of a guns at the place. Should be okay. And I'm going to try to make sure that this recording doesn't last too long, because I noticed 2 things, is that recordings, for the most part, if they're any more than 20 minutes, are just kind of a bother. And beyond that, I mean, I understand that most people just don't have a lot of time to sit down for 20 minutes and watch something like this. So, I mean, I don't blame you. Not to say that I don't like 20-minute recordings. I don't really have an opinion on the matter, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would prefer to have shorter recordings. Okay. Alright. So, I need a healer in here, but unfortunately, I'm really setting myself up for success in this episode, that's for sure. I need somebody to kill that guy, but I need a healer to... We'll do this. This is a really convoluted way to do this, but I don't know, it works. Okay, I think I'll have Lou kill this guy. I don't think any of those... Well, how close can these guys get? Not close enough. So I'll have Rutger. Rutger can hopefully... Yeah, very easily. He can take out this archer. It was a good idea for me to give him that steel sword. Especially considering the fact that he wasn't really doing a lot of damage to that iron sword. Although he does have 10 strength. I mean, this is a pretty baller Rutger. If I do say so myself. But, actually no, I can't release Clarine yet. Mainly because of the fact that, they could release more people from those stairwells, and I'd rather not see that happen. Now, I don't think Lilina could do the job, but I think Lou might be able to. Yeah. I mean, you can pretty much count on Lou for the vast majority of your necessary kills here. He's pretty great. Defensively, obviously, he's not going to be showboating or anything, but I mean, he'll get the job done for you. Especially when you're fighting a lot of physical-based enemies, because that's where you run into a lot of trouble. Okay, I just think this should be okay to end the turn here. Should be hanging tight. Alright, so unfortunately, Alan can't kill that guy, but he gets a level up. Come on, scale. Scale? I mean, that wasn't a terrible level up. I've seen worse, but still, that is a little depressing. And I would really like to see Lilina get a kill in here sometime, because I don't know if I'm planning on using her yet. I mean, I feel like I should. I'm almost obligated to, because she's essentially one of the main characters. Not... I mean, she is. She's one of the main characters, but at the same time, I already have Lou, and Lou is the man, so I can't decide who I want to do this. Excuse me, I'm yawning. My apologies. It is rather late, and I am a little bit on the sleepy side. Okay. Gonna give the healing here to Clarine, because she's falling a bit behind. Like Odin Spack alluded to in the last episode, and I should be doing this more myself, I don't know, I'm just getting kind of lazy. You should always try to heal for the most part on your off turns, or on your regular turns if you can. Gives your healers a chance to gain that juicy, delicious experience that they won't normally get a lot of. Alright. And unfortunately, OJ doesn't get... OJ. I said I was going to call him that, not OJ. OJ does not get the experience that I wanted him to, but I still value his presence on my team. Come on. Like I said, 84% really means 64%. That's painful. Alright, let's check some levels here. I feel like people are falling behind a little bit. Who do I need to really focus on? My physical based... I guess technically Rutger is one of the lower ones. And I can't get to anybody else, so I might as well end this poor man's life. I mean, it could technically be a woman. You never really know underneath that helmet. It could be one of those Joan of Arc type things. I'm willing to classify that as a thing. It's not really a situation or a heroic event. Just a thing. It's cool. Alright, I think it's time to progress, move everybody down. Unless there's going to be pulling tricks out of that stairwell right there. And I will be duly unprepared for that and will probably die. And why not? Let's have Saul heal Deke down to the turn, give him some experience. Alright, and Merlinus is last, of course, who surprisingly has made it this far, so good for him. Golf clap. Whew, thankfully that guy missed. I was actually surprised to see that Lance had a little bit more experience than Alan, but I'm pretty sure that these next two fights will balance that out. And I always train them up to the point where by the time I get 2 Night Crests, I'll be able to promote them both at the same time, which is convenient, because around the time that you get 2, you'll need them both, so. Alright, that worked out just about as well as I could have planned, and I'm going to have Lilina finish this guy off. She's essentially the weakest person on my team that I plan on using besides Wendy. So, and she gets 63 experience. Alright. And Lilina, in this game, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if... Oh, and we get the happy you're about to win music. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Lilina at this point... Oh, not at this point, what am I saying? Lilina in this game, my apologies, has a 75% growth rate in her magic. That means that 3 out of every 4 level ups, she'll get a point of magic. And that was actually really good, speaking of magic, that Clarine got one, because she was kind of sucking balls. Figuratively and literally. Get flourished. And, yeah, so Lilina, pretty great. I think Lou's magic growth rate is 40 or 50%. So, roughly 1 out of every 2. I mean, they're all great units. I can't say enough about how good they all are, so there's no harm in using them. The only problem is that at a point when the promotion items are few, you'll need to make some decisions on who you'd like to incorporate into your final team. That's why it's pretty important that you come up with a team of about roughly 10 to 15 early on and stick to that, because if you don't, then you're going to have trouble when it comes time to whittle down your forces and whatnot. Now I think, yeah, this is the guy that has Air Caliber. This is a magic that was alluded to in the last game, and I mentioned it a couple times. This is a magic that's only in this game. It's wind magic, and it's a B rate, but the weight is only 2. The power is 8, so it's stronger than Elf Fire and lighter than it as well. It's also a higher ranking, so Lou at this point would be able to wield it, but Lilina would not. So essentially, if you want to have a baller wind spell, then Air Caliber is the way to go. I'm going to bring my Thieves along the bottom left wall here, but before I do that, I'm obviously going to bring, I'm going to wall this off a little bit, because I don't want those enemies to get to me. So by the time they get over there, hopefully I'll have my my team assembled up and ready. I'm actually really impressed with how my team is forming out so far. There have been times when I've played through this and I've been a little dismissed at how poorly my team has been evolving, but at this point, I can't say I have too many qualms. It really depends. I'm not exactly done yet. I mean, there's still a few people I'm going to add to this team, so we'll see. Now, this is a really weird looking magic. I don't know if they put it in at the last minute or if they really even intended to use it. If the game code for it actually exists in the other Fire Emblem Just, or Blazing Sword, as it is known with its random subtitle. So it does exist, but it'll crash your game, so you can't even use it, essentially rendering it null and void, but it's still pretty cool. So, alright, now instead of giving Lilina none of this experience, I'm going to go ahead and have her kill this mage. I don't think she's actually strong enough to even touch the boss, so I'm not even going to consider that. I might try it, and I say that because I literally am not sure. So, and it shouldn't be too much longer. I'm going to try to get through all this crap within the next roughly 5 to 6 minutes. We'll see how well I can do. I don't really know. I'm going to try to make all my decisions. Going to make some snap decisions here because I'd rather not have this video drag on, because this chapter is quite long, and I try to limit my chapters to 2 to 3 videos, but obviously I haven't been very diligent with that, so we're going to try to step up our game a little bit. Alright, this is going to hurt. Whew. Good thing that guy's not very fast. Oh, nice. I'm not sure if that boss can move. I hope he can't. Because if he can't, I'm kind of screwed. Let's see what OJ can do. 18. Just enough to be not as helpful as I need you to be. Alright, let's use fire with Lou. Weaken this guy. Probably should have used him on that knight in retrospect, but gotta make snap decisions. I don't have time to have quandaries with all my life's problems. Oh, that could have got me a level up too. Alright, then OJ can come in. Actually, no, let's give Alina that experience. I'm trying to think outside the box here a little bit. It is kind of nice that the game gives her Thunder, because while her magic stat is high, she's still pretty weak at this point and would essentially get demolished. So it's real handy that the game gives her that. I'm pretty thankful that the game does that. I don't know how far this... Okay. Pull these guys both to the bottom of the stairs. And there's 4 chests. I think he has a javelin. They'll be able to survive one, especially since it's Chad. There's 4 chests up here. Get them all. It's all real cool stuff, I assure you. And going to... You know, if only Alan could hit better, Alan would be a stellar unit, but he just can't. And my point exactly. It's pretty depressing that his hit rate is 82, but he misses probably 2 out of 5 times, which is not how it should be. Now, obviously, when you're fighting this guy, stay away from the boss, Leggins, because he has a pretty large amount of everything, including balls. So, let me see. I actually want to heal up Lance before I go any further. Doing well on time. Now that I'm into hyper mode here, making all my decisions as quickly as possible. Probably going to have OJ or Alina come in and kill this guy, if possible. But would that be the best decision? Huh. I know that OJ has... I think that Alan's defense would allow him to avoid that, but I don't know if I trust it. Tell you what. We'll do this. This is just a whim. Now that wasn't exactly very good snap decisioning, if that's even a word. That's not a verb, but that's okay. I'm gonna rescue Alina at this point and bring in Deke. Yeah, that'll be fine. Doing okay, everybody. Doing okay. Promise. All right. Hopefully everything goes in my favor. Nice. That worked wonderfully. And that gives Alan the catch-up experience that he needed. And he will relish it forever. Excellent. Alright. So that is, that's that. I can bring my thieves up, and while I am mercilessly pounding Legants from all sides, I'll be able to obtain all those delicious goodies that are within the castle that I'm supposed to be a part of, but whatever. Now, you'll notice is that hitting this guy is going to be tough, because most bosses don't have a lot of luck, but his speed is 9, and that's real high for a general. So, your best bet at this point, Armor Slayers and Magic. Just keep that in mind. Armor Slayers and Magic. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what's in these chests. Chest number 1 is a silver axe. That's great. Send that to Merlinus, who is thankfully still alive. And chest number 2, Guiding Ring. If we all remember, this is the promotion item for a magical unit, as it says there. I don't actually think that Alina's going to be able to hit this guy. She can get in for 2. That's helpful. And... I don't know how much damage it said that this guy would be able to do to Lou if he attacked him directly. Holy crap. Alright. Well, the goal here is to get him to use his Javelin, because the Javelin obviously has a worse hit rate than the Steel Lance, I believe. Oh, it's about the same, but it's less likely to hurt you. So go for the Javelin. Gonna wrap this up. real quick. Alright, nope, don't want him to attack directly. Use thunder. Come. He wants to cut down all of us. Free haircuts from Legans. Very nice. I appreciate this. Oh. Lou. And just to speed things up, I'm going to trade the Armor Slayer to Deke, because I know that Deke would actually be able to use it well. Yeah, that's pretty great. So we'll do that. And then we'll wait a turn. Yeah, he won't be able to kill Lou. It's not fast enough to double attack, thankfully. His Lug is very speedy, which is actually nice. I'm glad that he got a magic point. That's really helpful, to be honest. Alright, now I can attack with Deke, with the Armor Slayer. Hopefully he will be successful. Or not. Ugh. Yeah, and of course he is. I mean, that's just standard boss battling, and you gotta expect your attacks to fall short and theirs to be stellar at all times. That's just how it works. But that's okay. D can survive another hit. I'm going to let Lou not attack, but I am going to get these last two chests. Oh my gosh, finally! Secret book, that's going immediately to Alan. Elysian Whip is for promotion of Pegasus. Nice. Alright, let's get going! And I might use Rowan as Rapier. I really just want to get this chapter finished with. For many reasons. Ah! Actually, we're running a little bit short on time here, guys, and I don't want this episode to take forever to process. So you're going to have to wait to see the end of the boss battle next time. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.